What is going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. Today is December 14th, and I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. If you are brand new to the channel, go ahead and smash that like button for me. It doesn't cost you not even one penny. And most importantly, welcome to the channel. If you are brand new, smash that subscribe for me and turn on post notifications on. So let's go ahead and talk about why I'm freaking bullish with the crypto market, right? I've been seeing a little bit more in between with a lot of people calling a lot of tops, the crash coming, some sort of crypto crash is going to come, the stock market's going to crash. I've been hearing a lot of crazy things, that people are saying nowadays, but I'm super more bullish than ever, right? I do want to go ahead and say welcome, Dwayne. I hope you're having a good one today. RFD is still pumping. Yeah, dude, congratulations on that play. I wish I was able to get in on that play when you called it. I have been wanting to get into that, so congratulations on that. I'm super bullish on RFD. I'm actually going to be making a video on RFD this coming up week, right? I'm definitely going to be putting in a lot of work this weekend, so that's actually what I'm going to be looking forward to. 10 million freaking market cap right now on RFD. Congratulations on that, bro. You called it out. That's some really good alpha, and I hope you're making some nice freaking bags, because look at that. I believe you called it around right here, around the first week of December is when you began to call it out, and ever since then it has literally pumped. From where I'm looking at it, it says over a 2x, right? And still pumping even more, 37 freaking percent for the day. And you're seeing a lot of these huge freaking buys. I mean, look at these whales buying 7,000, 4,000, 2,000. So this is kind of the reason why I titled the video of this live stream today, why I'm bullish on crypto. As I mentioned, it looks like everything else, a lot of things are dumping. I'm not going to go ahead and say everything's 100% pumping, but I do want to go ahead and say that I've been getting a lot of mixed signals from people saying that there's going to be some sort of crash coming soon. We're entering a top. As I mentioned, I'm super bullish 2024. I think where we are going to be a little bit more in this panic stage will be early on 2025. I think that's when we should start panicking, but I think 2024 we should go ahead and start beginning to take advantage of a lot of the dips, and then just literally, I think I would never say this, honestly, this would never be my mentality, but I think hodling right now would be your best bet, right? Hodling most of these projects going on to 2024, right? So that is one of the main reasons why I'm not even main reasons, but that is one of the reasons why I'm super bullish, right? Because a lot of people are screaming for tops, and I've been actually saying the opposite, right? I've been saying this is not the top, crypto's going to continue to go up, and so is the stock market moving forward, right? So with that being said, welcome to all of those that are tuning in right now. Let me go ahead and pull out my live stream right now on my phone right here, so it could be a lot easier for me to read some comments. So let's go ahead and put this out. Alrighty, looks like we are on. Let me go ahead and post my link down below. Terry, how's it going, Terry? Hope you're having a good one today, bro. Hope you are having a good one. How's it going, man? Any alpha you wanna go ahead and chill us today? Smash that like button for me, please, by the way. What do you think about Sanctuary? Is this a token, or are you talking about like just in general? Let's see. Let's check out this token right here. So shout out to Refund. I will be making a video on that soon as well. Sanctuary token. Okay, it's 2 months old. 281,000 market cap. $22,000 of liquidity. Not too bad. I mean, it looks like it's doing pretty good. What is this token about? Let's go ahead and check it out. Sanctuarytoken.com. Invest with purpose. Your golden refuge awaits at Sanctuary Token. Embrace community connection and bright future. Tell me, by the way, chat, is volume good? Is volume good on your end, by the way? Let me know. Moonlight Quest for the Lost. I don't know what this this project is. It has a buy and sell tax, what it looks like, of 10 and 10, which I'm assuming is a 20% total. Yeah, 10 and 10 total, 20% total on this. I mean, it's been out, what? Actually, pool was created back on September. I mean, for me, honestly, I did mention I wouldn't surprise with what's moving forward, but we are seeing that, you know, tokens are starting to go ahead and charge us up again with an arm and a leg. First it went from 0 buy and sell tax, and now it's going back to 10. So we could be expecting this crypto bull run where we're gonna start getting charged, you know, these kind of crazy fees again. You know, 10 to 20% fees. It's gonna be freaking crazy. But yeah, this thing has 20% fees, which to me is quite a bit. But with that being said, just make sure if you are going to go ahead and trade something like this, just make sure you are in profits above your 20% fee that you have to go ahead and pay for when you enter the token and when you exit. One thing you could go ahead and say that on the daily, it does look like some sort of cup and handle is getting ready to break out. In order to go ahead and confirm this, you would want to go ahead and see a break above 8164 and hold above it. And then that's going to go ahead and confirm that we are actually going into a breakout. Typically with breakouts like this, when we're going to go ahead and take off and make new all-time highs, typically what happens is that we have this sort of fake out right here where it kind of touches the area of resistance, dumps back one last time, and then this is the final push to the upside. So could be expecting a massive pump to the upside on Sanctuary token if that's something you're looking for. Doesn't tell me how much percentages, but I'm assuming probably like a 3x and above could definitely be coming. And we're actually seeing two patterns, right? We're seeing the W pattern, and which a lot of people call the double bottom. Kind of an ugly one, but there you go. And then I guess the cup and handle pattern getting ready for the breakout. So two bullish patterns. I wouldn't go ahead and put all my bets on patterns. I learned that the hard way with Pepe 2.0. But it is a good sign, right? If you are looking to go ahead and enter a position with, you know, patterns that you do get to see and the breakout is actually confirmed, then that's when you could go ahead and go in a little bit deeper. It does have about 380 holders. Volume says about 549, which I'm assuming that's kind of incorrect. Let's go ahead and see. There's no way they've only have $500. Yeah, there's no way. There's definitely more actually. Yeah, the volume is actually quite low, actually. It's $549, what it says on the 24-hour volume on this token. So it definitely does need a little bit more buying pressure to go ahead and push this to the upside. Dwayne, I really hope that the Pepe and Pepe 2 hype comes back once the bonk hype comes down a little. LOL. No, yeah, dude, 100%. I feel you on that one. I do think we eventually will go ahead and come back. I think we kind of have to. We're in a situation where I believe, in my opinion, we have to go ahead and come back down on the hype with bonk. I mean, bonk has been going freaking berserk literally these last couple days, even just today alone, right? It went freaking berserk. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about like what's going on with that. But I do believe that the Pepes are going to come back, right? Are they going to go ahead and take over like a lot of us expect it? Maybe not, right? But will it still go ahead and pump? Yeah, I believe that that the Pepes were kind of like in a situation where we're at with the Shibs, right? With the dog coins. Terry says, I grabbed some baby grok, some baby girl today, small bag, baby grok. Nice, baby grok. I thought he said baby girl. Black Ranger, how's it going, my guy? We got to collab soon, bro. Hope you're having a good one today. Richard, hey John, how are you? I'm doing good, Richard. How about yourself? I hope you're having a good one, man. Long time no see. Haven't seen you in a while. So it's actually quite interesting though, because we're already, you know, about 8 minutes deep into the stream and we have about 5 viewers. Typically we would have a lot more of you tuning in. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube. Probably I'm not getting notifications. All right, now we're having a little bit more people coming in. So welcome everybody. Smash that like button for me. Autocorrect, gotcha, bro. All right, so Sanctuary is one of those tokens that Terry also just gave us some alpha with, so be on the lookout for this having a breakout soon. RFD has been playing really good. Dwayne was the one who shouted this one out a while back. I do think refund will go ahead and go in a lot higher than what we're looking at. I believe the reason why also, I think it is not listed with any exchanges right now. Let me go ahead and double check before I say anything. But I don't think they're with any exchanges. I was actually wrong. They actually are with exchanges. They're not in futures is what I meant. So if you want to go ahead and grab you some refund on a centralized exchange, you can go ahead and use my MEXC link down below. $20,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, takes literally less than 3 seconds to create an account. that's one of the best ways you can go ahead and support the channel and buy a lot of these tokens that we are actually talking about. So I'm actually going to be entering a bag with refund too. I'm going to be coming up next month, just because I got fully liquidated this freaking month. I'm going to have to wait till next month till I get paid to re-up on my bags, and hopefully by then we have some sort of like little market correction where it gives me a little bit more of a better idea where the market's going to be heading. But moving forward, I'm going to be sticking a little bit more to spot trading. I'm going to be bag holding a few more projects, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to like literally degenerate meme coin trading. Like I'm going to, starting next year, chat, starting next freaking year, which is like literally in like 2 to 3 weeks, I think, I'm going to go ahead, I promise, moving forward, 2024, you're going to be seeing so much freaking content from me. I'm going to be more glued to my computer and analyzing and learning new blockchains, learning how to use these freaking new tools, because I haven't even used Avalanche, right? Like, I don't even know how to use freaking Solana swap, bro. Like, I've never swapped on Solana. You know what I mean? It's like last bull run when I was in Solana, like the most I did with Solana was freaking NFTs. And I don't even think Solana meme tokens were even that big of a thing last bull run. You know what I mean? I think that's a new thing. So there's a lot of things I need to go ahead and literally like just freaking sit in my room for hours, for days, and literally just start going really deep dive into research. And that's how we're going to be looking for a lot of these plays, right? So I need to go ahead and like literally sit down and learn these tools. You know, this holiday season doesn't make it any freaking better, bro, because I'm getting phone calls, oh, we're going to do this is going on, and it just like, dude, it just like freaking literally like my work ethic has just been like on and off, right? Because you get invited to these freaking holidays, guess what happens? You have fun with the family, whatever you do, you drink a little too much, now you're hungover. It's like, dude, it's like I'm just like so ready for holiday season to be over, just so I could go ahead and focus on crypto and like literally grind this thing out. So starting 2024, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be literally deep dive into a lot of these blockchains, such as our Tribium, I think that's how you pronounce it. I know that's one of the hot ones right now. We have Solana, which I literally never used a Solana swap before in my life. Avalanche, same thing with Avalanche, never used an Avalanche swap in my life either. So I've been asking a lot of you a lot of these questions because these are things that I've literally haven't had the time to dive deep into, right? So I'm really excited for this year to be freaking over already. I want the holidays to be out the door and just focus on freaking crypto, because I could go ahead and tell you that we will go ahead and have where DeFi starts to pick up like freaking crazy, right? And that's where you can start actually making a lot of freaking money providing liquidity, yield farming passively, right? So that's my goal this freaking bull run. It's not to only just trade. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and have different bags now. I'm gonna focus on just having my spot bags where I'm just holding. If I enter a trade, honestly, trading, right now I want to take a break from futures trading, right? It's freaking stressful. So I want to take a break from that. I want to go ahead and level up on my skills again. But what I really want to focus on is learning the blockchain side of things, right? I really want to understand how a lot of the Avalanche and all of this stuff really works, and the reason why we should go ahead and be bullish, right? And I believe that with DeFi, as long as you could go ahead and jump into early and you literally sit down for hours and like deep dive into all this information, you're going to be able to find freaking become a liquidity provider, right? Where you could be making freaking hundreds of thousands of percentages. The thing is, you have to be one of the first ones to go ahead and jump in, right? It's kind of like with the airdrop hype right now. Everybody's going into the airdrop hype right now that I don't think, in my opinion, I think it might be a little too late now. I don't know. Let me know down below if any of you are doing anything with the airdrops. From what I've seen videos of, dude, it seems like so many freaking steps to maybe get airdrop some tokens, right? And I'm like, this is too much, bro. I'd rather just go ahead and like trade or freaking buy and hold the token instead of doing all these freaking requirements to get airdrop the freaking token possibly, right? Kind of almost reminds me of the whitelist freaking NFT grindy days where you have to go ahead and sit there on Discord, chat for like freaking hours, or Telegram to maybe possibly freaking get whitelisted. And if you go to sleep, guess what? You lose your whitelist spot. Like, that's what it kind of reminds me of right now, right? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Baby Grok right now. This is the chance to start buying Pepe and Shibs, bro. 100%, bro. This is the time right here where everybody's so, you know, grown into all these other tokens that are hyped. Dog, you have freaking, I know Dog has dumped a lot too. Dog, you have freaking what other freaking tokens do you have right now? Bonk, that are being super hyped. This is your main focus where you should start loading up on buying the dips. Not financial advice, but while I mentioned this last time, right? While everybody's putting their main focus into these other tokens, start loading up onto the SHIBs and the Pepes. SHIB's gonna pump, bro. I don't want to say I guarantee you, but I could assure you that SHIB's gonna pump at least a 10 to a 20x this coming up bull run. In the meantime, right? I don't think it would do more than that. I don't think it would do no more than a 10x in my opinion. Maybe we get lucky and it's really huge freaking bull run, a 20x on SHIB. I think it's really possible. I doubt it, but it's possible. You know what I mean? So these are very bullish, almost guaranteed 10x's. Like Pepe, 10x. It's going to give you a 10x. Will it give you a 20x? I don't think so. I'm kind of doubtful on that, but I could go ahead and tell you the SHIBs and the Pepes are going to give you a 10x minimum. The ones that are going to give you higher returns, like a 30x and a 100x, are going to be the tokens that are getting into early on, right? The tokens that nobody wants to talk about or jump into, you know, or the tokens that have gone up like crazy because you were able to catch on to the hype early on. Those are the tokens that are going to do 30 to 100x's. But I think with Pepes and the SHIBs and all those are not dead. Those are going to do, they're going to do returns. I just don't think they're going to do insane freaking returns. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, Pepe surprises us in SHIB that they do 100x, you know. I doubt it, but we'll see. Dab Master, how's it going, my guy? Richard, very good. Saeed, let's go. Pepe 2 is coming. How's it going, Saeed? Hope you're doing a good one today, bro. Or having a good one today. Terry Truth, your channel will blow up. You deserve it. I appreciate you a lot, Terry. That's definitely what I'm looking forward to. And I'm definitely looking forward to bringing a lot of you more alpha, right? My goal right now is how much more value can I go ahead and provide to you, right? I want to go ahead and provide more value to, damn, look at this freaking insane purchase. $47,000. This is the whale we have to go ahead and analyze. Like, who in the right mind throws in $47,000 into a freaking token? So it looks like he was a previous holder of Grok. I wonder how much Grok he had. This guy must have made some bank off Grok. I'm assuming 30 days ago he was a holder. Let's see, about 1 ETH. Oh, dude, this guy was making money on Grok, turning 1 ETH into 4 ETH. It tells you right here all his transactions. So it looks like he actually turned about 1 ETH into, how much ETH did he sell it for? Damn, dude. Okay. So this guy actually turned about like 1 ETH into a little bit over 5 to 7 ETH. So this is definitely someone we got to be watching, seeing what he's doing. He literally just sold out of his position on Grok and actually is all in on refund now. Which, you know, if you're seeing whales buy in 45K and stuff like that, dude, this is giving me that freaking bull run vibes. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are saying the opposite. A lot of people are saying we're gonna crash. I doubt it. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I could go ahead and tell you this is gonna be a bull run, dude. This is not the time you want to be, you know, talking about a bearish scenario. In my opinion, can we go ahead and have the ETF news be announced and then crypto and all of the market crash or dump 30 to 40%? Yeah, very, very possible, which I wouldn't be surprised of. You know, I would kind of cross my fingers and hope that we do have a crash or like a mini correction onto the ETF, and I hope it's a buy the rumor, sell the news. Because I do think that as soon as that happens, we're going to go ahead and have altcoin season begin, right? So I definitely, not only do I not want to go ahead and miss out on it, but I also believe that it would be one of the healthiest things to go ahead and do, right? We need to kind of shake up the market a little bit. People are getting a little bit too bullish, which are now turning people bearish, which makes kind of makes no sense, right? Black Ranger says, bro, I'm super bullish on farm, bro. We will start buying MMF. Dude, yeah, freaking Black Ranger. I remember you telling us about farm literally back in like September. Dude, this is going to be the freaking token. Like, this is the reason why I'm talking about like DeFi, like getting in early into DeFi. This is where we're going to be making freaking a lot of money passively, right? I think passive income is one of the best things. Like making active income, it's cool. It's like trading is active income. It's not passive income, right? Investing, I guess you can consider it, you know, medium active slash, you know, passive income. But when it comes to trading, it's a lot of freaking work, dude. When I was trading and I was like literally like the way I was able to make my $100 and something into 20 grand with Pepe, I wasn't just like waiting and hoping it would do. Like I was literally in my room sitting for hours a day, literally days not coming out of my room, but just to go ahead and grab some food and just come back and look at the charts and just sit there at the charts and analyze them. You know what I mean? And honestly, that was probably like the most like not only stressful times, like these like back in October, November, it was so freaking stressful, bro. Like just trading the freaking market was so freaking stressful. And I sacrifice a lot of sleep. Honestly, I sacrifice a lot of my health, you know, just staying indoors. And honestly, like it hit me more mentally, right? So you also have to go ahead and remember, like, what do you want to focus on the side of crypto, right? Do you want to go ahead and produce a lot of, you know, active income, or do you want to do passive income, right? With this, you know, passive income, you only get to check it once in a while, and you're collecting, you know, nice returns. I mean, imagine, you know, getting about 240%, that's APY. So that's what, yearly? You just divide that by 12, but check these out, you know, 1,000 freaking percent. Obviously with these, with yield farming or providing liquidity, whatever you want to call it, also there is some risk to it. But like, let's say you have freaking hundreds of thousands of dollars, which I know a lot of you do have. You could be literally getting a nice little return without having to stress about looking for a meme token or anything, even just, you know, with 4%, bro, or 2%. If you really love Ethereum so much, you could go ahead and get a 2.57% return, which is obviously more than what, you know, most people get out of the stock market anyways, or yearly from their 401k, right? Most people probably only get what the good trader in Wall Street makes an average, I think, about 6% return a year. Imagine that. Crypto freaking pumps like 50 to 100%. This is the reason why I'm so bullish with crypto right now. Once the institutions start coming in, they're going to start floating in a lot more money, which they're going to be manipulating a lot of these projects. That's why I'm saying we have to get in early on. If we get in early on, we will be able to take advantage of the volatility that comes in. As people start to pick up on it, that's when you want to sell, right? I've been seeing a lot of people like freaking freak out about dog token. I know that thing has dumped. I wonder if it's recovered. Maybe it has recovered. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick. But yeah, I want to go a little bit more deeper into farm right now. I can't find dog. Let's go ahead and read some comments right now. Richard, not time for memes. Buy low cap altcoins and gaming coins. 100%. I agree with you. I agree with you. Dabmaster, what's good? How's it going, my guy? Hope you're doing good. Richard says XYO, Dant, YGG. What is XYO? Let's go ahead and check XYO. Oracle? XY Oracle? Is this like a DeFi platform? I want to get more into these because that's one of the best ways you make a lot of your money is on the DeFi protocols. I think I remember talking about this one. Yeah, this is super bullish. Insane market cap too. Insane. What was his all-time high? Let's go ahead and check its all-time high. It was about, what, 7 cents? That's a nice little return with actually like real, you know, bullish, what is it called? Utility. Hey, Happy, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one. Thank you, Soul. GM fam will 100x. I'm betting on it. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you on that one too, bro. I agree with you. GM fam is definitely going to be pumping as well. It's right here. This thing has actually been doing pretty good. I think you called it at under 1 million market cap. I do remember that. And we talked about this actually cup and handle pattern forming, and it has broken out, right? So more than likely, this thing's going to go ahead and do a crazy, insane return moving forward as well. I mean, measuring from here to the top, you're talking about a 2x, which is not too bad of a return, right? So, but with these tokens, one of the reasons why I mentioned, or at least Dabmaster mentioned to us, the reason why he's freaking bullish on this is because Cetify is actually backing GM fam, right? And Cetify is one of the biggest freaking gaming launchpads or studios, I believe. I think it's a launchpad or studio. Let's go ahead and check. I think it might be a launchpad. I'm pretty sure it's a launchpad. Supported by Cetify, top tier launchpad. Yeah, I was correct. So that's the reason why I'm bullish behind GMFM. And they were actually sitting under under a million market cap when Dabmaster actually announced it. So this could still be a good play to go ahead and load up on. Dwayne, do you think RFD can 100x? I think so, bro. I think so. I think the way RFD could go ahead and literally do a 30 to 100x will be if they enable futures trading. I think this thing would literally just skyrocket like crazy. That's kind of the reason why I was actually really freaking bullish on RFD when you talked about it, and I told everybody how this thing had the probability of doing a 13x, right? And so far it already has done a 3x, right? So that was a pretty good spot on that you did, man. Like, congratulations on that. That's what I want to actually go ahead and build moving forward. Like, hopefully, like starting this year of 2024. We could go ahead and get Discord up and running right now. I'm going to start collaborating with a lot of other people. So if you have like an alpha group or alpha car, whatever you have going on, reach out to me on Twitter. Literally, like, let's freaking like collaborate. I've met a lot of you, very smart individuals from a lot of you literally on Twitter. Haven't responded to all my DMs, so I will go ahead and get back to that. But give me a follow at ALTCOIN John and DM me, because I've gotten a lot of alpha from a lot of you, and I do think that if we could go ahead and you know, if I could get back into like really focusing deep dive into like literally just analyzing a lot of his research, which I haven't, right? Because I was dedicating most of my time just trading. And trading kind of took up all my time. Trading and creating content kind of took up most of my time, but it was really just freaking trading, right? But if I could go ahead and focus this coming up year, 2024, on literally networking with like literally alpha callers or like insiders where it comes to like bigger whales, because I do have a few connections now, we could go ahead and literally be able to come into these plays before they take off, or we could analyze them before they 20 to 30x, right? And if we're able to do that together, dude, we're gonna be making so much freaking money together as a community. But the thing is, like, I can't do the research on my own, right? So I actually just recently joined an alpha group called, I think it was from Soto. He sometimes tunes in onto the stream, and I'm actually going to be a little bit more active into that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of research into that moving forward, looking for alpha calls and looking for projects early on and all of that, in order to go ahead and provide every one of you more value, right? Because if we're able to go ahead and help each other out like you guys are doing it now, dude, literally from these live streams alone, a lot of you, there's no reason why you should have not be making any money, right? Whether it's the calls that I've been calling or the calls that a lot of you have been saying, you should all be in profits right now, right? You should at least be making some money, because a lot of you have literally called a lot of freaking projects. Like, we had Dwayne call RFD 3x. We had Tillery call, what was it? What was the token that he called out? He called out about 2 tokens. I have so many tokens right here, I don't even remember. It was Dog. He called out Dog early on before it was a 1 million. You know, we had Black Ranger called out Baby Grok when it was under $1 million, and it hit $30 million, right? So, you know, we had Vernon also called out Bonk. Like, Vernon told us about Bonk back in November. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of you have been giving freaking alphas on the stream. So now the thing is, if I could go ahead and focus on building this like Discord community, and we could just be giving alpha to each other early on, because I know a lot of you might not be able to tune into the streams. Maybe some of you watch the streams pre-recorded, so like by the time, you know, we're talking about it, it might be a little too late. But I'm thinking of doing that. We could just go ahead and do a private Discord or maybe a Telegram. I'm going to think about it. Maybe a Twitter, where we could just all go ahead and chat together and just spit alpha to one another. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and message me on Twitter. Give me a follow, and I'll go ahead and start getting that all set up. Because I've been talking to a buddy, and he was telling me how he's going to go ahead and he wants to introduce me to like all these like big whales and all these big players on certain tokens that he got in early on. And he got into Grok early on, dude. He's a buddy that turned in like literally 1 ETH into like $80,000, bro. And he's pretty cool, you know. He's a pretty cool person. He was like telling me, he's like, bro, like, he said he was busy too, and I told him, I was like, dude, I've been busy too, but I'm definitely looking forward to this freaking coming up January, you know, the end of the year, to literally deep dive in like alpha, because that's what I used to do with him. You know, I used to literally talk to him like every like morning and every night, bro, and like we're just looking for freaking tokens, like giving each other freaking alpha. And that's the way you got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, in order to make money in this space, you need to have a tight group, right? If you have a tight group of people that you could go ahead and like analyze and actually put the time in and look for these plays early on, obviously you need to take the risk. The problem is that when it comes to like looking for these projects early on, a lot of you ask me like, hey John, how do I look for the next, you know, 10 20x project? Well, there's multiple ways, right? There's multiple ways to go ahead and do that. And let's say, for example, just to keep it very, very simple, you could go ahead and head over to like Deck Screener and then just literally just scroll through these tokens and literally just aim at whichever one seems kind of interesting. You know what I mean? These are super, super high risk, but this is the way you look for the plays. It's like literally just going onto these pages and scrolling through all the projects and being the one to take on the risk when the project only has, you know, $10,000 of market cap. And that's really how you make the 1,000x's and above. But the thing is, I've kind of noticed playing this around is that you need to be able to take the risk not only early on as soon as a smart contract literally launches, but you also have to go ahead and minimize how much money you put in. Because I've noticed that you can put in $100 on a lot of these tokens that literally just are minted brand new before they either rug pull or lock you out of your tokens, which is also pretty much a rug pull, right? So there is strategies to make money on a lot of these tokens. A lot of these tokens are 90%, 99% are freaking rugs and scams, but there's ways to also make money as soon as the freaking smart contract is deployed. You can literally make a quick 20 to 30x as soon as the token goes live, but you also need to go ahead and get out very, very quickly. And I've tried that, but that's what I'm saying. You have to literally put in the time. Like this, you're talking about like having to be on your computer at every minute, analyzing if the project has rug pull, if the team is doing anything fishy, if they've been moving liquidity around, if they've been moving money around. That's what I'm saying. It takes a lot of time and a lot of energy, right? Let's say, for example, like this one right here. This one has 141 liquidity. Let's see how much it did. This is just a random, right? This is just a random token that I'm pulling out. We could go ahead and see how much it did early on. I think it's DexView that would tell us what it did here. Let's go ahead and copy the smart contract. I don't know how to use this platform. Okay, smart contracts right here. Okay, this is what we're going to use. We're going to use, this is another platform, right? Because a lot of you have been asking me, oh, how do you look for this alpha? And I said, I'll show you sometime, and it's never come to that time, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. So for all of you that, you know, want to know how you're able to look for these meme tokens early on, or freaking how are people making literally money out of thin air, there's a lot of ways, right? But it literally takes a lot of your time and energy. So if you're able to dedicate that time and energy, it's worth it, right? You're gonna make a lot of freaking money. Not every play is gonna hit, but because we are in a bull run, there's a higher probability it will hit. For example, this token right here, Validio, whatever this token is, right? Look how much it has freaking from its all-time high, 1,291x. How much is that? That's a 12x. You put $1,000 and now you have $12,000. Now you go look for another project. You put in another $300 to $500. I would always recommend, from what I've noticed with a lot of these tokens, at least when I was trading them back in October, was only starting off with $100. And if you feel comfortable and the project hasn't rug pull, because it's not if they're going to rug pull, it's a matter of when. Sometimes they rug pull in 15 minutes. Sometimes they rug pull in a day. Sometimes they rug pull in 3 months. Sometimes like the project is very, very successful that the team decides not to rug pull, and then they end up just rug pulling slowly. So there's like multiple kind of scams. It's kind of ridiculous, man. There's multiple freaking kind of scams when it comes to a lot of these freaking meme tokens. 99% of them you're gonna lose. That's all I gotta go ahead and tell you, right? So enter at your own risk with what I'm telling you. And I'm sure all of you already know that, but I just have to go ahead and say that as a warning, because I don't want to hear anybody coming after me, about this project that I talked about, and it dumped, and you lost your life savings. Because I had plenty of people to do that when we were talking about Ethereum, Mona Lisa, a lot of these projects, and I'm like, dude, I told you there was like a 90% chance you're gonna lose money. Like, what don't you understand, right? So just be very, very careful. But I think right now we're at a lower risk due to the fact that we are in somewhat of a bull market, right? In this market, it's only going to get easier as time goes on. Like, the more money starts to flow in, the more money, there hasn't been enough money flowing into DeFi yet, right? Right now, people are barely kind of like realizing that we are in a bull run, right? And as we continue to get into this bull run, people are going to get more excited. So what does that mean? You're going to have your cousins, your friends, your buddies that you haven't talked to for years literally reach out to you and tell you and ask you about this new crypto thing, right? And the first thing they're going to go ahead and get into, they're going to dabble into the Doges, the Shibas, the Pepes. They're going to touch that, right? But then after they realize how much freaking money you're making out of these meme tokens, and they're seeing you turn $1,000 into literally $100,000 in a week, they're going to be like, dude, put me on. So what's going to happen? Then now we're going to have a lot of newbies into the DeFi space, which is going to be bringing in so much freaking liquidity, but also a lot of more freaking rug pulls, because a lot of people are not going to be able to identify how to look for these patterns, right? The kind of different rugs, they're not going to go ahead and know. So we want to go ahead and start positioning ourselves now where we could go ahead and start picking this up together as a team, because if we could go ahead and do this together, dude, we'll be making so much freaking money. And I'm telling you, what token did I tell you? As soon as a lot of the big influencers on YouTube start talking about a token, it's done. It's done. That's the time you want to sell. That's exit liquidity. That's why for me personally, I don't like getting into these big hype tokens that every freaking influencer is talking about, because if every influencer is talking about it, I'm assuming that we have reached some sort of top, right? We have reached some sort of top. And an example of what we kind of saw with that I saw a lot of people complaining about was Dog token. Where can I go ahead and see Dog? Dog is somewhere in here saved. I know a lot of you made money off of it, so I can't go ahead and like bash on Dog. But this is a perfect example of you being exit liquidity. When a lot of these big influencers start talking about a token, it's usually done, right? It usually has reached a top. Can Dog reverse? 100%. I'm sure it could reverse. I'm not saying it won't, but for example, Tillery called out Dog when it was under 1 million market cap. He called it out like these very low levels. If you jumped in and you were willing to take the risk, which at the time I wasn't willing to take the risk, you would have made over a 10x, right? Over a 10x. Let's go ahead and see exactly how much it actually pumped up to with Dog from its all-time high, right? Let's go ahead. We're heading over to Dex View. We're gonna type in the smart contract. I'm gonna start reading the comments right now, right? I'm sorry for getting a little carried away, but right here, look at this. From its all-time listing was 1,303%. That's another 13 freaking x. A 13x. So this is the reason why why tokens begin to dump. A lot of these tokens begin to dump because, dude, a lot of these people probably became millionaires. They're cashing out $500,000 or more. You know what I mean? They're making a lot of freaking money, 100,000, 200,000. And then as soon as these big influencers start talking about it, yes, we do see some price action go to the upside. But guess what? A lot of those people are going to sell for their bags. They don't have no reason to hold. Even the people that got in early on, even if they were to sell right now, current from listing 60x. So even if you didn't sell at the top on Dogecoin, which was a 13x, you're still cashing out with 60x. So do you see why most people end up losing money? Because by the time a lot of these big influencers on Twitter or YouTube start talking about it, you're the exit liquidity. And that's why then we get stuck holding the bag with a lot of these tokens. But the thing is, we have to get in, and we want to make the 13x and 60x and above. We have to get in early on right here. Take on the risk when it looks so sketchy, bro. When it looks like it only has freaking $10,000 of liquidity, that's when you want to throw in your money, right? Maybe not $1,000, but even if you were to throw $100, you'll be making so much freaking money. I think with $100, what is that? $1,300, if I'm not mistaken. $1,300 if you were to throw in $100, $1,300 from a project. Now you could go ahead and go on to another project, throw in $300. $300 is a 13x, and you see where like it starts compounding, right? But as we start making the money, I think overall the goal would be to start putting some money into DeFi platforms that you could go ahead and make crazy freaking returns. I mean, look at this return. 1,175% return, dude. 1,254% return. See, the thing is, when you're providing, whether it's liquidity or staking, whatever it is, a lot of these platforms start to go ahead and drop on the percentages they're giving you. They're giving you high percentages because not that many people are willing to go ahead and do it. But as I mentioned, you have to be willing to take the risk. But there's even crazier ones. Trust me. There's like even some that give you a 23,000% return. Is it sustainable? I know. You know, eventually it all has to either crash. It either gets. See, the thing is with DeFi too, that I don't want to make it seem like so freaking amazing, but this is the reason why. If we could turn, let's say, $1,000 or a couple thousands of dollars into hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we start diversifying our income, when we start throwing it into, like, you know, a platform such as Harvest, for example, right? And we're getting a 200% APY return. You know, worst comes to worst, you know, let's say you do really bad on a lot of your meme coin trading. You still have a nice little bag making you money, passive income, literally every day from your DeFi, providing pool liquidity, or whatever it's called, providing liquidity, pool providing, farming, whatever you want to call it, right? You're getting a nice little return. And for most of them, you don't even have to go ahead and pull out. I mean, this one's offering 0.334% daily, which, you know, banks don't even offer that, man. I mean, look at this, APY 238. As I mentioned, yes, there's a high risk to it, but if we start getting into this bull run, which I believe, you know, as soon as Bitcoin hits $45,000, we're going to be scaling to 50, 55, and 60, and there's going to be a retracement, right? It's going to shake off some people, just kind of like what we had with Sunday. But overall, as the money starts coming in and we can diversify and throw our money into, let's say, the DeFi space, passive income, and we start doing nodes, you know, creating nodes. I think that's what the term is, creating nodes. I know I had a buddy of mine that was making over a nice little return on KASTA early on. Also was mining KASTA early on. And he was making nice freaking returns. I think he was making over $100 a day, which is not that much money, but he was making about $3,000 a day at the time of the tokens, right? And this was last year that he was telling me this. He was averaging about $100 and something a day mining KASTA, right? His bags right now are freaking insane, dude. He was telling me, he's like, dude, it's freaking crazy. And I'm like, bro, I need to get into that, man. It's like active income's cool, man. Like I don't mind the grind. But I also want to have something where I know that, like, in the future is going to grow. You know what I mean? Like, knowing, like, getting into early on into, like, imagine mining freaking Ethereum, bro. Like, that's where the money's at. You know what I mean? Not so much the people that are trading Ethereum, but the people that were mining Ethereum and Bitcoin early on are the people that are making the freaking huge bucks. And that's what I want to do. I don't know. That's what I feel like that's one of the best ways. But see, the thing is, you have to catch on to trends early on, or you have to go ahead and be into these group chats and know people, and you got to know people that know people to go ahead and put you on. And that's really how this space is all about, right? It's the same thing like in the real world, right? If you don't know people, if you don't know the right people, you're not going to get connections to get that careered, to, you know, level up on your job, you know, whatever the case is. The same thing in crypto. If you don't have the right proper connections with people you connect with, there's people out there, big money players out there behind the scenes that are not influencers, that are not, you know, out there, you know, chatting, but they're around. They're around. They're watching. Trust me. There's probably a few decent whales around here right now watching, and they're around, right? And they're just looking to go ahead and see what literally the masses are looking at, right? That's why they know when to dump. That's why they know when to pump, because they're watching, right? That's what they do. They like to analyze how the markets move behind the scenes. But if you could come across one of these whales behind the scenes, which they usually don't really come out too often like that. Some of them are a little bit more low key, but those are the people that know how to make the money, right? Because by the time it's getting aired on YouTube, or it's live streaming, dude, by that time the project is probably has reached some sort of top, right? Or even the protocol, right? For example, like providing liquidity on a lot of these protocols. That's why if you go right now on YouTube, at least I haven't found any. There's a few DeFi people that I listen to, but even then, it's literally freaking difficult. Like, why isn't anybody talking about freaking harvest and talking about these insane returns? Because they don't want you to. Because as soon as people start finding out, guess what happens? The percentages drop. And these percentages were a lot higher. I could assure you these percentages were probably 20,000, 40,000%. But as soon as like it starts coming out of public and more people start picking up, these percentages drop. So obviously no one with the right mind that's, you know, let's say someone with over 100,000 or a million, no one's going to go ahead and go on YouTube and tell you about these freaking crazy returns that they're getting on a lot of these projects. Because if you're jumping in, the percentages drop. You're getting this reward because you're willing to go ahead and put on the risk early on. You're a true believer. It's like, you know, you being an investor early on. You get the piece of cake because you were willing to put in the work. But as soon as more people start to go ahead and find out about the project and the project grows, so does your percentage grow on your return. But by then, you're probably already 20x your portfolio. And that's really where the big alpha's at, right? That's what I actually want to go ahead and do with all of you. I want to go ahead and be able to find that kind of alpha altogether and be able to capitalize. Because look, I always told myself this, that I told myself the last couple months and the last bull run, I told myself next bull run, I'm going to go ahead and start preparing myself for DeFi, because that's where the money is at. You know, providing liquidity, yield farming, same thing from my understanding, staking. That if you could go ahead and get onto that space early on, you can make so much freaking money, passive income. Literally turn $1,000 or $10,000 into a couple. Imagine just throwing in $1,000 or $10,000 and having you a project pay you over $300 a day. And as a project continues to go up, your $300 a day have now doubled to $800 a day, $1,000 a day. So now your $10,000 went into $30,000 a month, and the token continues to go up. Hopefully by then you've already cashed out, have, you know, breaking even, whatever the case is, took out some profits, but now your bag continues to grow as the space continues to grow, right? It's people using the protocol or whatever the case is, and that's really where the money's made. And I guess you could consider that some sort of active income, but it's not as active as trading, right? Looking at the charts 24/7, this is a whole different kind of ballgame with the passive and yield farming. The only thing you really have to be on the lookout for is obviously getting like the contract getting exploited. So it sounds pretty nice and all that, but there's risk to this. This is the reason why they offer crazy returns, right? Because the reason why is because it could be a total rug pull. You know, maybe the contract gets exploited and it gets drained. We've heard multiple stories about, you know, a lot of pools getting liquidated or getting rug pulled or whatever the case is. So there's obviously risk to this, right? But the risk is different in my opinion, based from what I've seen. If you catch on early on, even a couple $100, you can flip it really nicely. Let me go ahead and read some questions now, because I apologize for going deep dive into that. Hey John, I got a good one for you. But it has the F word in it. Can I send it? Yeah, dude, just go ahead and post the smart contract below, Glenn. Shoot point blank. Hey, what do you think about Baby Grok? Baby Grok has been pretty bullish, man. I mean, Black Ranger called that one out. Literally, I think it was at 23,000 market cap. So see, you know, he got on early on. He made a lot of freaking money off of that. So congrats on that. So what do I think about Baby Grok? It's at very freaking risky territories. For me, I just wouldn't feel comfortable buying, to each its own. And the reason why is because you just don't know where the top is. The top going to be 65,000? Is it going to be $1 million? Is it going to be 2 million? Is it going to be 4 million? I don't know. And for that reason, I can't go ahead and sit here and tell you exactly what I think with Baby Grok. I mean, I've been saying the same thing these last couple of days with a lot of these tokens, that for me personally, I would like to see some sort of retracement. So if you believe in Baby Grok, for me personally, I wouldn't buy in right now. I mean, 67%, right? But also, look how many days it has been going up for. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been going on for 4 freaking days. 4 freaking days. It's been going on for 4 days. So you could either wait until it dumps, which I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting. It just continues to go up. Or you could just go ahead and buy in right now and just know there's a high probability you're going to lose money. But either way, with a lot of these tokens, you should always go in with that kind of mentality. If you go in with a mentality of knowing that there's a high probability you'll lose all your money, you're not going to go ahead and panic too much. You're not going to worry about it, right? You're not going to freak out too much. Right now, what I could go ahead and tell you is we have Baby Grok doing well, but how about Baby Bonk? What about Baby Bonk? This looks like this could be the play. You know what I mean? Right now, we're riding on the hype of what? Bonk. This thing's up 274%, almost a 3x. Same thing. I personally just wouldn't jump in at these tops. I would wait for some sort of retracement, but the problem is you just don't know where the retracement is. So if you feel like a project's super bullish, then you just buy at whatever zone it's at. If you want to go ahead and wait and trade it, you usually do not want to go ahead and buy on the green. That's just me. I personally wouldn't buy in at a 300% pump. You should have bought in on this token right here when it dumps. You know, so same goes with all these other tokens. I wouldn't recommend nobody, and you won't ever hear me say that, to buy in when it's up 50 to 50% is not that bad, but anywhere to 100% and above, in my opinion, it's not worth buying into. But remember how we were talking about Bonk, right? Hitting 1 billion market cap. It hit 1.12 billion. That's freaking insane. And that's kind of the risk you got to take on, right? That's why I'm saying, if you really believe in a project, just jump in. Who cares about what the price action is? Just hold if that's really what you believe in. But sometimes it's not always the case. Sometimes you buy and then the project dumps. You know, that's kind of like what happened right now with Dog. But if Dog has a strong community, it's gonna reverse. But a lot of people are gonna get wrecked both ways. But that's kind of the problem. It's like a lot of people were buying right here on Dog, right here, thinking it was gonna go up, and it just dumped. And this is where you want to be buying. You want to be buying on the red. You don't want to be buying at the top. That's just my opinion, right? So I can't really tell you exactly what my thoughts are with a lot of these projects. I usually just say wait for a dip. Like if you believe in Dog so much, it was at an 8 million market cap. Well, now it's at a 2.5 million market cap. If you really believe in it, buy the dip. But you don't want to buy it when it's pumping, right? Right now, Dog has come down to the levels. Literally, this token has dumped over 80 freaking percent. And if you do buy this bottom, if it does reverse, which I'm not saying it will, but if it does, that's a 6x. A freaking 6x. So everything that goes up has to come down eventually. The higher something goes, the harder it's going to freaking dump. And it's going to wipe out a lot of freaking people. So you also have to go ahead and understand that. With Baby Grok, it has been doing its own thing. It has been doing its own thing. I mean, it literally only retraced for 3 days, which I mentioned also. If you were bullish on it, buy right here. Buy at this dump right there. Right now, I wouldn't buy. I would just wait. If you're a holder, just continue to hold. If you're in profits, maybe sell for profits if you want to take profits. Or you just want to hodl for a while and wait for this thing to retrace. I mean, eventually, wherever this thing goes, it's probably going to dump back up. So it's going to go back to your break-even zone anyway. So if you're in profits right now, might as well make some money off of it. And then, you know, re-enter at another position with bigger bags. That's like the best strategy in my opinion. Glenn says, get me in your group for sure. I got you, bro. 100%, dude. I think we're going to be able to find a lot of alpha together. Blue, 24 million ETH and Tinex, buy and burn 5 million market cap, 8 days rolling payout, pay 1 million ETH to stakers yesterday. Blue has always been telling us about this project. What is it called, dude? Tinex. This thing, let's see how Tinex is doing. It's some sort of mining kind of platform, right? I don't really understand how it works. I'll be honest with you. But apparently you can create your Tinex virtual miners. I don't know how that works. But I would like to know like what your percentage is on the rewards. Early adopters, 8%, bonus 0, next difficulty increase. So I guess there's some sort of burn every freaking couple hours. So it would make sense why something like this will continue to go up. And it tells you right here how much has been already paid out. in the 8 days, bro. 8 days has been 38,000, and in the last 28 days has been 2.7 million. That is freaking insane. So you know how we were talking about like mining or staking pools? I don't know how legit this freaking protocol is. So you know, obviously, like none of anything that I say is obviously is not financial advice, right? You don't need me to tell you that. But none of anything that we talk about, I'm no way, shape, or form endorsed with any of these projects. So always enter everything at your own risk. But this thing's sitting at 4.7 million market cap, 749 liquidity, 4.43 holders, and it's only slightly down 6%. But it looks like it has these kind of burning mechanisms, I'm assuming, every couple hours. Correct me if I'm wrong, Blue. But this is actually pretty cool. This is the reason why I've been looking at this. When I go ahead and come across some money, I'm definitely going to go ahead and add a little back to this. But you're seeing a lot of big buys right here too, right? I mean, look at this one right here. This person sold for $44,000. $13,000, like freaking big buys. I'm assuming a lot of people are making some big bucks in here. Something's going on that people are loving this. 19,000, like who in the right mind throws in $20,000 and $5,000 into a lot of these meme tokens? $17,000, right? That's what I'm telling you. I'm feeling like we're getting ready for this kind of bull run. The only time you see people throwing that kind of money, $20, $50, $40,000, $60,000, you know, $5,000, is during a movement or moment in our markets like we're experiencing right now, where people are feeling bullish about it, right? That's the reason why I'm super bullish with this market. Vernon, how's it going, my guy? What's going on, John? Not much, bro. Hope you're having a good one today. Dad Master says, I want in alpha on the Discord. Might be easiest for that type of group. 100%, bro. So I actually already have a Discord set up. I'm just going to go ahead and... What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I was going to say something I completely forgot. I think you should be able to join my Discord, actually. So go ahead and join my Discord. It should be on the description right here on my YouTube. Should be right here. Free Discord. Join right here. You should be able to join. Let's see if you could join. You should be able to join. Okay, it's invalid right now. So I have to go ahead and update that. Let me go ahead and update it right now. Let me go ahead and update my Discord. I'm pulling out the link right now, so give me 1 second. Okay, this is the group right here. This is my private group, right? Eventually, it's gonna turn into a pay group, but right now, I'm gonna go ahead and do it for free for all of you, and then we'll do pay for the new members that come in after we start getting some alpha. But this is where we're gonna go ahead and do it, right? Give me 1 second. Let's see. Still being worked on, all right? So give me 1 second. I'm gonna copy the link. I think it's right here. Invite people. Okay, let me go ahead and post a link on stream. I could actually do it on stream right now. Okay, so join the Discord link right here. This is a Discord link to the Discord. You'll be able to join right here. I'll go ahead and update it on YouTube shortly, but if you're watching this live right now, or I think I'll also pre-recorded, you should also be able to click on the link right here. But anyways, join this Discord, right? I've actually haven't finished it. It's still it's been active, but I haven't been on it. But right now I am trying to like network with more people to go ahead and try to get more alpha with a lot of these projects. And I know a lot of you always like reach out to me and like ask me like, hey John, like what do you think about this project and stuff like that. And I have a lot of alpha, right? I just haven't been able to share with it. I haven't been able to share a lot of it. But I think right now, join my Discord, and I'll make sure that all of you that join right now, it's going to be free for you, right? So if you're joining the Discord right now, because this will be a paid Discord in the future, right? I don't know, maybe 3 months from now, 6 months from now. I don't know. I just know that this is going to be a paid Discord group, right? That was the whole entire goal. But if you join right now, and before we actually roll out the Discord, because we're working on that for the new year, so I don't know how long it's going to take. Right now I'm working on all that, right? But if you join right now, I'll make sure you won't have to pay. So, and it won't be much anyways. It'll probably only be $10 a month. But that's just to go ahead and give a barrier to entry for a lot of people, right? Just so we won't get spammers and like people who are not serious with what we're trying to provide value, right? The whole goal is to provide value in to one another and make money, right? And usually, you know, if you have a whole bunch of people that, like, let's say for example, like, it's completely free. I've tried it before, right? I've had free telegrams, and literally free telegrams are cool for a while, but you're gonna mostly get people that are just there just to get information and never provide value, and we don't want that, right? We want people that are there, that are serious about crypto, that are serious about providing value to one another and helping each other out, right? Not just people that are just there to take and never give back to anybody, right? So that's the reason why I don't like doing free groups, because I've done that before in the past and they're freaking cool. You know what I mean? But when there's a whole bunch of people that don't know anything about crypto and are not willing to learn and are just waiting for you to save for entries and plays but not provide any value, not only is it kind of a headache and kind of annoying, but they're also not providing any value, right? So that's kind of the reason why we will be doing it paid in the future. But right now, if you're watching this, if you want to join and help each other out, you could go ahead and join for free. Glenn says, I DM'd you. Dabmaster says, I want in on the alpha. Discord might be the easiest for the type of group. I agree with you 100%. Black Ranger says, you're absolutely right, bro. I'm in a group as well, and these guys are super solid as well, passing each other alpha after alpha. Real money is made in groups. 100%, dude. I agree with you. Goldie Crypto, how's it going? Glad to see you here. I hope you're having a good one today, or had a great day, right? Verdon says, love it when all these tokens I've invested in taunts me with insane profits afterwards. If I would have held, if only I could know how these tokens would move. There's a vast amount of variables. Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, the thing is, when it comes to a lot of this, you just have to go ahead and just watch it. You know what I mean? Just watch it. And that's why, you know, being in groups with certain people really help, because there's going to be people with more alpha. You know, maybe the person that you're talking to knows the developer, man. Maybe they're with a marketing team, right? So they know when certain things are gonna pump, and or they know when a token's gonna pump because they know that the developer that created another freaking token. So it's all really, honestly, in crypto, the people that are really making the money are the people that know stuff. If you don't know what's going on in crypto, you're probably not making the same kind of money as the people that really know what's going on. And I'm talking about networking with people, actually having relationships with the developers, having a relationship with teams. That's really where you start making a lot of big money, because a lot of people know how certain things move, right? You also have to remember there's also smarter people than you and I, right? And if you're willing to go ahead and surround yourselves with smarter people, then we're going to be able to make smarter decisions, which then equals to making smarter money, right? Without having to work so hard for it. Dabmaster says, we are all big boys. No one can blame you for what a coin does. I appreciate it, man. Unfortunately, I do get blamed when coins don't go the right way. Ryan just provided some alpha for us. Welcome, Ryan. Hope you're having a good one. This one blew earlier, but still got more room to go. Let's go ahead and check this one out. AI signal. Nice. I like this one. 520 million supply. That one's pretty good. 633 market cap with 551 of liquidity, 304 holders with 605 of volume. So let's see what this is. AI signals, an AI signal bot utilizing AI algorithms to analyze crypto market trends and data. You know how we were just talking about that? It's quite crazy. Alert and strategies. Subscribers receive notifications of selected tokens along with trading signals that include detailed token information. These strategies consider factors such as market sentiment, price movement, and trading. It's pretty cool. Does this actually work? Wins, they called out supposedly Grok. They called out Joe. They called out Tunes. 15 ETH in return. RMD. Interesting. But that's how you, and you see even when they tell you, or like these signals groups or like the whales tell you when to jump in, they only put in a small amount. This one they only put in about 0.1 ETH, which I don't know how much 0.1 ETH is. I'm assuming it's at $2,000 now. It's probably what, $1,200. See how this platform works. Glenn says, I feel like when crypto banter kept talking about fufu, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be your exit liquidity. What is fufu, bro? I gotta look at fufu, man. Exit liquid, dude. That's how a lot of these big influencers do it, man. I'm telling you, like, these guys made their money. You know what I mean? They made their money. They're making their money, and a lot of the times it's going to be exit liquidity for a lot of these people. I mean, look at BitBoy, right? I'm not going to go ahead and bash on him, but I've gotten into a lot of freaking projects, bro, last bull run that are literally tanked or been rug pulls. I've literally lost over $100,000 plus with freaking BitBoy's freaking calls. That's why I don't listen to BitBoy anymore. You know. I just watch him as entertainment, but you know, it was my fault for putting my trust in someone like that to begin with, and that's why I don't say don't trust influencers. I just say, like, be careful and always come up with your own analysis and whatever you believe in. But if you're having like an influencer shill you every freaking minute to go ahead and buy this token and buy it because it's gonna change your life, I don't know, man. I don't endorse that kind of behavior. This is the token that freaking that Banter was talking about. Vernon says, let's get a quick like for everybody who's watching. Yeah, 100%. Shoot point blank. Put $200 in now. I'm up $1,000 on baby grok. Nice. That's a good play right there, my guy. That is a good play right there. Congratulations. Glenn says the token I was looking at is being sold off in increments of 69,420 by different wallets, so I'm not sure it's worth looking at. Let's just take a look at it, man. Saeed, Pepe 2 will make massive returns no matter what. Yeah, I do think Pepe 2 is going to come back. It's just a matter of when, man. And yeah, it's just a matter of when. That's kind of the reason why I'm changing my strategy, right? I lost all my freaking money on freaking grok. I lost all my freaking money on Pepe. So, like, right now, like, my strategy moving forward, I'm going to kind of just change it, right? I could sit here and cry about all the money I freaking lost, or I could just sit here and learn from my mistakes and learn from what I did do right, learn from what I did do wrong, and then just kind of come up with a better strategy, right? So with what we're seeing right now in the market, because I have been a little bit super degen these last 2 to 3 months, right now I'm going to go ahead and be a little bit more neutral, meaning I'm going to have a few I'm going to have a percentage of my bags every time I invest my money, a percentage of my bags just being moon bags, where I'm just going to hold on to them and kind of like swing trade them as the months go on. And then I'm going to have like a super degen bag where, like, I know there's a super like 99% chance I'm going to lose my money, right? And that's kind of the mentality I'm going to be going with. I'm going to be throwing money on projects that we talk about, you know, probably diversify, buy the dips, whatever the case is, really sell when we start seeing, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5X's, and then have a small bag to swing trade on. So I'm going to go ahead and probably make my swing trading bag a little bit smaller, and probably make my bigger bag to just go ahead and bag hold projects, because either way you'll make money in this market. Blue says it burns 2.28 ETH every 8 minutes. That's freaking insane, bro. It's actually pretty bullish. Goldie says, I'm in the Discord. I appreciate you, Goldie. Glenn, I think that's the one. I was never sure exactly which fufu it was. There's a few. So many fufus, man. Bob is Wake Up. I've been hearing about Bob. Bob is actually a good one, too. It's Bob the Bear, right? Oh, no, this is what about Bobo? I know Bobo is a good one, apparently, too. Bobo is going to be supposedly the one that's going to be breaking out. Who knows if it's true, but I mean, this isn't a consolidating phase. Bob is at 21.51 million market cap, 1.85 million, or yeah, 1.85 million of liquidity, and it's actually getting ready for a breakout. You're right, Goldie. So shout out for Goldie. You know, if this thing breaks off, it's because of, you know, if this thing pops off and does a 30x, you're gonna know who called it. Goldie called it. So this is a play we were actually looking at. So it looks like it's about to be breaking off very, very soon. We're gonna see when that happens. But don't be surprised if this does take off. We did talk about this when I remember Bob. But see, even a lot of these Pepes are still reversing, you know? I mean, you can still be expecting about a 7x from this. Still pretty good. Man, dude, this definitely gives me a good feeling the market's back in action. The only thing that continues to dump for me, bro, it's Grok 2.0. I'm kind of done with it too. But see, that's the thing. Like I as soon as I threw my money into Grok 2.0, I mentally like took the L in my head already. I'm like, okay, this money's gone. Like I'm not even gonna look at what it does, and I haven't even looked at it since. You know what I mean? Like I check it here and there, but it wasn't that much money. It's only about 400 bucks, right? But if my $400 could do a 10 or 20, 30x, could be a nice little play. Could be a nice little play. But the question is right now with Grok, overall with Grok 2.0, is like, is Grok still even a thing, right? A lot of people are saying that Grok's still hot. Grok is going to come back. But right now it's kind of struggling, you know? I mean, it is at the 618, but it's still slightly struggling. So I believe that as soon as Grok breaks out and, you know, makes new all-time highs, I believe Grok 2.0 could do the same thing. That's if the narrative is still alive. But as I mentioned, a lot of these tokens are already taking off, and that's kind of the problem with a lot of these tokens. When they start getting a lot of the attention very, very quickly, and they do freaking insane returns, there's always going to be a hot new token next. Mong, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look at Mong. Can you go ahead and post the smart contract, Goldie? Wake up to a KK. Rats is on fire. Buy BRC20. Yeah, BRC20 memes are the freaking move, bro. Stefan, how's it going, Stefan? What's up with Jesus Coin? I haven't looked into Jesus Coin, man. I know a lot of you told me about Jesus a while back. I think it was Vernon who was telling me about Jesus, you know, back in November. I know that thing took off. You can go ahead and provide the smart contract down below in the stream. That'd be helpful. Just kind of like what Glenn did. And that way, you know, not only am I able to pull it out on stream, but also the people that are watching could also go ahead and copy the smart contract and post it. It's a little bit easier, you know. Elizabeth Warren. This is running on Sol. Very low liquidity, high market cap, a lot of freaking holders. See, this is the thing with freaking with Solana. I'm starting to realize, like, are even the holders legit? Like, are people are they not creating like a whole bunch of freaking wallets and just making it seem like the holder count's a lot bigger than what it is? Because like, there's no way this thing has 23 freaking thousand holders and only $13,000 of liquidity. Like, there's no way. What does split transfer mean? Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I don't know much about freaking Solana tokens, so I don't even know what I'm looking at. Even at the transfers, like, I'm just like looking at all this data, and I'm just like, I'm so confused right now. It's not the same thing as Etherscan. I thought it would have been as easy as Etherscan. Yeah, I don't know how to read these freaking... I don't know how to read this Soul Scan. So it's not Etherscan, it's actually Soul Scan. So, yeah, I don't know how to read this. Elizabeth Warren is a freaking... You could assume what I just said. Well, we'll see. You know what? I'll do this. I'll save it to the side just in case, because you never know. I think Vernon made some money on another token that looks just as sketchy as this, and he made some money off of it. So we're gonna go ahead and save it and look at it. I mean, I think he sold SHIB yesterday, right, Vernon? He sold SHIB yesterday, and I told chat that there could be a possibility this thing's gonna be reversing back up. Damn, dude. Yeah, this was a freaking play yesterday. This thing dumped over 40, I think it dumped over 80% the last 2 days. I mean, measure it from here to here, 87% dump. 80% dump, and now it's up 24 hours, 86% pump. And this one had a very sketchy looking liquidity, but the liquidity has grown ever since. I think another one too was Rabbit. If I could remember, Ribbit had a freaking crazy looking liquidity too, and now the liquidity has gone up. I mean, 169,000 of liquidity for 200 or 2 million market cap tokens, kind of bad, but it's not the worst, you know. So I wouldn't fully dismiss that token. I think Dobie was another one. Yeah, Dobie's another one too that has a sketchy freaking liquidity. $65,000 of liquidity, 7,000 holders, and 498,000 of market cap. Right, another token with a kind of sketchy liquidity, but this thing's up 17%. So I don't know, man. It could be worth the play. I mean, it wouldn't hurt throwing in a couple dollars in this, right? I mean, it's up 116% for the day, but we do see this massive wick that just dumped. But it is a Solana play, and we all know how Solana plays are. As long as Solana continues to go up, a lot of these meme tokens in Solana are going to pump. But yeah, super sketchy. $13,000. I don't know. Maybe throw in 10 bucks, 20 bucks. You play it as a, what is it called? Like the lottery. You know, people buy the scratchers. You could throw some money onto this and kind of see where it goes. Mong's on MEXC. Yes, Mong. Let's go ahead and check out Mong. $10 million market cap on Mong. This thing's gonna have another. Oh, this thing's so freaking bullish, so freaking bullish on Mong. Super bullish on this token too. This thing is forming some sort of a W pattern, double bottom with a massive cup and handle pattern. In order to confirm the cup and handle, it's you know, breaking, staying above 21. But yeah, this thing's looking pretty good. So shout out to Mong as well. Mong's going to be doing a lot of these tokens are getting ready to break out, chat. So as I mentioned, this is the reason why I'm bullish. There's no reason for you to be bearish in this market. Short term, you could be bearish, but long term, you shouldn't be bearish whatsoever. And looking at Mong from where its bottom's at all the way to the top, that's a 10x, a 10 freaking x. Yeah, Rats is a pretty good one too. Do you think RFD could go back to 100 million market cap? Is that how high RFD was once? I mean, yeah, I think it's a probability. I mean, they burn a lot of their supply, so I think it's really, really doable for them to go reach 100 million market cap. Glenn says there is someone who donates to every crypto streamer to advertise Jesus coin. LOL. Really? That's so funny, bro. That's pretty cool. I don't know why a lot of people don't do that. I mean, that's one of the best ways to do advertising, right? I was going to talk about a token, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Rats. There we go. Rats. Let's see what Rats is doing. I think it's this one, right? Oh no, it's 1,000 Rats. 1,000 Rats on MEXC, which you could actually go ahead and trade on MEXC, by the way, chat. 40 cents, dude? It's freaking insane. I know Dabmaster was freaking trading this. See, BRC20 tokens are going to also be the play, not financial advice. Yeah, but even doing TA on this thing is super, super sketchy. But if you want to go ahead and trade any of these tokens on leverage, which you can go ahead and use Mong and, you know, a lot of these tokens that we talked about, make sure to use my MEXC link down below. But yeah, Saeed, are you still here, bro? Comment down below. If any of you are holders of Pepe 2.0 and want me to do some Pepe 2.0 TA right now. I'm going to be ending the stream very shortly, but if you want me to do any TA on any other token before I leave, I'll probably stay on for another like 10-15 minutes. So if you want me to do any TA on any other token, go ahead and comment down below. If you're a holder of Pepe2 and you want me to do some TA on Pepe2, comment down below as well. I'll go ahead and do some quick TA on DXY, talk about what we could be expecting with the market, what we're actually seeing in the market, and I'm bullish overall. That's what I'm going to say. You know, there's no reason for any of you to be freaking bearish right now. No freaking reason. I don't know why people are so bearish right now, dude. We should have been so bearish these last couple weeks. You're not bearish when we're getting the best freaking signs. Like the Fed said really good news. The DXY is literally where we want the DXY to be. So let's go ahead and talk about the DXY while we wait and see if there's any holders on Pepe2 or any other tokens you want me to do some TA on. With the DXY right now, we are currently going to that 101 zone, which we talked about. I talked about that, you know, the last couple of days. I did mention there was a probability that we could either break above the 104 if we do have enough strength to go ahead and break past that resistance, or if we don't, we're going to go ahead and fall back down to 101, having a lot of cryptocurrencies go up. So right now, overall, the stock market is looking pretty good. I believe silver actually made a pretty nice return today. Stefan says I hold Pepe2. Okay, I'll go ahead and do some TA on Pepe2. And right now the DXY is at the 101 zone, so that's pretty good. If this thing continues to dump, we could go ahead and see crypto continue to pump. There is a probability we will see the DXY reverse though, and we could be reversing and touching back to the 103 zone. We could climb back up, and then we're going to go ahead and have it dump back down into the 99, dude. And this thing is going to freaking pump a lot of your freaking bags. So get ready for whatever movement we see. As I mentioned, I really doubt that we will go ahead and break past his resistance now. There could still be a probability, whatever, let's say some crazy news happens that freaking pumps or dumps the market and the DXY goes up even higher, which I really doubt it. But if it does, we will go ahead and see the DXY approach back to the 107, which there's a higher probability that the DXY is going to go ahead and get rejected right here at the zone at the 102 or at the 103, and then come back down and retest the 99. And this thing's going to be so freaking bullish for the market, so prepare to make a lot of money these next coming weeks, the next 2 weeks, I think. Stefan says he holds Pepe2, so let's go ahead and do some TA on Pepe2, and then we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Smash that like button for me. Can you check out stocks? Yeah, I can check out stocks for you, bro. Will you do TA on Bitfarms? 100%, man. I hold Pepe2. Okay, let's go ahead and check out Pepe2 real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and check out Bitfarms. If you want to go ahead, if you want me to do any TA on stocks, I could go ahead and do that, especially the ones that are blockchain related, like Bitfarms. It's a blockchain, so it's related to crypto. So if any of you are exposed to the crypto market and the stock market, I would recommend you, not financial advice, to check out a lot of the companies that are actually miners. That's one of the best ways you get exposed yourself if you're in the stock market as well, and play leverage. Honestly, with options, dude, you'll be making a crazy amount of return if Bitcoin continues to go up. So there's a few, by the way, I'll talk about them right now. So let's go ahead and do some quick TA on Pepe 2.0. So at Pepe 2.0, we are currently right now in this consolidation phase. In order for us to go ahead and be back bullish with Pepe 2.0, I would like to go ahead and see a break above the 5502, ideally, or let me go ahead and put it exactly where I would like to see it. I would like to see a break at least 5321. Ideally, I think this would be a really good zone in order for us to break past through it and give us a sign that we are back in some sort of uptrend, right? There is a probability that we could go ahead and get rejected as we're seeing right now, and then continue to go back down. If we do go ahead and lose this zone right here at the 3305, there's a probability we'll go ahead and retest back 2832 or 2832, and losing that area right here at the support, we are going to go ahead and come all the way down and retest possibly 1184. What do I think about this? Do I think that's a probability? I don't think we will see the numbers go that low on Pepe, even though I'm not a holder of Pepe anymore. And that's just because I got liquidated on this freaking dip shortly, literally on Sunday. I got wicked out right here. And that's actually when we had the $200 million of liquidity literally wiped out of the equation. And right now with Pepe 2, we did see a quick reversal, literally dumped 40% and then pumped 50% following that. As I mentioned right now, even when we go in the smaller time frames, it just really seems like it's doing its own thing. It's not really doing much. It's not pumping too much. It's not dumping too much, but it's just consolidating, right? And even at the smaller zones, we still go back to the levels in the smaller zones to go ahead and confirm this thing breaking back up above. You would want to go ahead and focus on it, you know, holding and breaking above 4201, because that is currently an area of resistance on the short term time frame, is a 4-2 zone, right? So if we can't break and hold above on Pepe 2 around this zone right here, there's a high probability we will go ahead and continue to get rejected and come back down. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't think so. I think even worse comes to worse, we could still go ahead and get rejected on Pepe 2 at the 429 and then just probably just consolidate here for a freaking while. That's what I think is going to happen. Worst comes to worst, I think this is what might happen. I don't think we will go down any lower, especially if, you know, crypto continues to pump, Pepe's going to pump, and then I do think Pepe 2.0 will go ahead and follow. The only concern that I do have with Pepe 2, that I'm going to be honest with you, is the fact that they actually have liquidity being unlocked in a couple days, and that's literally the only red flag that I have with Pepe 2 right now. Besides the fact that we dumped a lot, obviously is manipulation. It is what it is. But this is what I'm really only worried about, is liquidity being unlocked in 6 days, and it's actually a nice little percentage too. It's about 6%. So 6% of the liquidity is being unlocked. So I would advise you, not financial advice, even though I just said I'd advise you, that if you are looking to go ahead and buy more Pepe 2 and load up on the dip, I would wait for the 6 days and see how the market reacts, right? Because if you buy the dip right now, there could be a probability that I think the market might dump when the liquidity unlocks in 6 days. That's what I think. The only problem is I don't know how much 6% is of that unlocked liquidity, like how much it's worth, right? 6% could be worth a couple $100,000, could be worth 2 million, 3 million. I don't know, right? And if you do know, that'd be cool if you could go ahead and let us know down below. But I believe one of you told us that it was a little bit over 500,000 that's being unlocked. So if the team decides to dump the 500,000 on everybody, you could go ahead and see some sort of correction. You could probably see a 30 to 40% correction on Pepe 2, right? If the team doesn't do anything with the tokens and maybe burns it or maybe does a buyback, then we could go ahead and have Pepe 2.0 reach back to its all-time highs. But that's the only thing I would be concerned about, is the 6 days. And I was actually quite concerned for the last couple of days on that liquidity as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at some stocks now, which Dabmaster recommended. He recommended Bitfarms. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitfarms real quick. Bitfarms trading on the NASDAQ. We're going to start off with the daily. So right now, Bitfarms, we're at a very critical area of resistance. The good thing I could go ahead and tell you is that we actually broke above resistance at this zone right here when we were at 223. So Bitfarms actually did really well. Right now we are at this critical area of resistance. As you see, this was a pretty good area of support, and we actually, as soon as we lost this, when we saw the retracement, I think with Bitfarms, which could be a probability because the DXY could be reversing in the next couple days. Literally the DXY could reverse from here. So that means that we could have the market literally dump, probably be on a sell-off, probably Friday, and then coming Monday and Tuesday. So next week could be kind of a red day for crypto, possibly. It could still be a buying a dip opportunity, but it could be a red market, and that's because we need the DXY to come back up and retest the 103. As I mentioned, if we do retest it, we're going to go ahead and get rejected anyways. So then we're going to be following into the new year where the freaking market's going to be going up, right? So I think this is what's going to happen. But if, let's say, for example, tomorrow or Thursday, tomorrow's Thursday, right? Or what's today, dude? Is today Friday? I don't even know what day I'm in, man. This is all bad. Today's Thursday. So tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's the last day of the stock market. If the stock market, which I think is going to reverse, I think tomorrow's going to be a red day. There's going to be a sell-off, and I think it's going to be leading literally the first couple of days of next week. So probably 3 to 4 days, we might have some red in the market, right? That's going to go ahead and cause the DXY to go up to 103 and then dump back up. Leading into January, the beginning of the year, the market's going to pump. But if it doesn't, let's say, for example, let's just say the stock market continues to freaking pump tomorrow, the DXY is going to dump and it's going to continue to just go down. So right now, this is where I'm looking at. It's this area of support right now at the 101. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is very important for Bitfarms. So if Bitfarms, and this is why there's a correlation behind this, right? If we go back to Bitfarms, this is the reason why I was showing you, right? The reason why I showed you the DXY again is because of Bitfarms. Bitfarms is at this area of resistance, right? We know that with the DXY, it typically moves with Bitcoin. So if the DXY pumps tomorrow, Bitcoin's going to dump. And it could dump leading into literally next week, right? For probably 3 or 4 days before we have another dump, another pump in the market. The reason why I mention that is because with Bitfarms, we do see this area of resistance. So in order to go ahead and see Bitfarms, we need to go ahead and see it fall back down and find some area of support. Doesn't mean it has to, but it just means that it would be the most healthiest thing, right? And an area of support for Bitfarms would be at the $2.18. And then we would go ahead and see a retest this zone right here. And then when we enter the new year, as I mentioned, let's say the DXY does reverse. Now there's going to be more strength because there's going to be people buying the dip, causing Bitfarms to go up even higher. And this goes back to the same thing with crypto overall, right? Thanks, fam. Yeah, of course, bro. So right now, I would say Bitfarms, ideally, it would be really, really good if we could go ahead and see a dump back down to 218. That would definitely bring in more investors to go ahead and load up on this dip. We are currently oversold on the RSI. Doesn't mean we have to go ahead and come down. I just want to mention that. It doesn't mean we have to. It just means that's probably like the most healthiest, because even if you see right here on the RSI when it was overbought, we do see that it has fallen down multiple times. So as I mentioned, this is healthy even for the DXY and for the crypto market overall if we do see some red tomorrow. So don't be surprised if we do. If we don't, then I guess there's nothing to be worried about. You know, if tomorrow is a red day, just buy the dips, not financial advice. There could be a possibility we might see red, you know, Friday leading into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday probably, and have another reversal where the market starts to pump up again. But this is what could happen with Bitfarms, in my opinion, if the DXY does reverse tomorrow and starts to go up. As I mentioned, the DXY is going to get rejected. There's no way the DXY is going to go up. Can it do it? Yes, but the DXY is going to get rejected. So I do expect Bitfarms to go ahead and retest the 217 around this zone right here before breaking out again, which is going to be leading into the new year, right? Which would make super freaking sense if this was to happen, because now we're going to be seeing Bitfarms approach, you know, the $10 mark and above. And that's if the DXY follows this this movement that I just did right here. This is what the DXY, I don't want to say has to do because there's no rules in this market, but if the DXY does this, it's going to be more bullish for the market. Yes, we might have some red days for a few days, but we're going to be reloading for the new coming up year. And if you see it right here, I don't even know how many days are left in this month, man. Let me actually check. I got to pull out my calendar because I don't even know how many. Okay, there's still about 2 weeks left of this month, right? So let's say, for example, if tomorrow, Friday, the DXY ends red, the market's going to take a hit. There's a possibility we might see red in the market till the 24th. 24th, sorry, I'll take that back, not the 24th. The 20th, probably till the 20th. There's a probability if the DXY does reverse where we're at right now, we can see red in the market till the 20th, and then we can have the market reverse back up around Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday of that week. That's what I think. I don't know. What are your thoughts, chat? That's what I think is going to happen. But we're going to go ahead and see where things go. I know silver has made, you know, higher highs, I think, just recently. Yeah, actually it pumped. Silver's doing good. Silver's about to break out too, by the way. I'm not sure if any of you hold on to silver. I've been wanting to hold on to silver. The thing is that I lose a lot of things. Same reason why I don't hold on to cash, because I lose cash. I literally pay with my phone nowadays, you know. It's like, who uses cash? Freaking weirdos. I don't use cash. And silver, you know, I definitely want to buy some silver, but I feel like I would lose silver. But you know, if you're a holder of silver, I think silver is going to be worth over $100 an ounce in the next couple of years. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we will be seeing silver hit over $100 an ounce. So if you're a person that holds on to metals, I would consider holding on to silver, actual physical silver if you can, right? Physical silver is like the best way to go. Same thing with gold. I think that's one of the best ways to go ahead and have a little bit of, not too much of a risky market on you, but silver is going to go up an ounce. Like I remember looking at silver back when I used to work in jewelry, and it was at $13 an ounce, I think, or like $8 an ounce. And I talked to this older gentleman, man, and this guy was a lot older than me, right? He was like probably in his 70s or 60s. I was like 21. And I told him, I was like, hey man, what do you think about gold? Like, silver, don't you think it's gonna go up like high? He's like, nah, silver's done. Silver's not gonna go up. Da, 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 da. Well, I learned that lesson to never listen to other people, right? Always listen to your own gut instinct. Well, I listened to him and I didn't touch silver. And then silver literally went from when he was telling me about it, I think it was around this zone right here. Yeah, it was around this zone right here when silver was like 20 bucks, like $15. I saw silver go all the way up to $30. So it doubled the next year. And I was like, dude, yeah, never again am I going to listen to other people. But even with silver, dude, on the monthly, this looks like a massive cup and handle pattern on silver. I mean, we see silver went as high as $48 back in 08, and then we saw it go back in 11. Which, if you kind of notice, those 2 times in the markets were when we had some very crazy financial freaking markets. And I think that's what's going to be happening in 2025 and 2024. We will be seeing a lot of freaking bleeding in the market, causing, you know, the metals market to go up. So I believe in commodities too. I'm not sure if any of you are traders in those zones either, but I do think silver is going to be worth over $100 in the next 10 years. And literally in the next 6 years, I think is really, really possible. But just to go ahead and play it safe, I would say in the next 5 to 10 years, I believe silver is going to be worth over $100 an ounce. So if you're not like me that loses everything, I lose a lot of things. So I like to stay digital. I think that's kind of my age nowadays, that we like to do digital things. But if you like to go ahead and hold on to physical assets and touch them, silver would be the play in my opinion. You know, I think that's where you could go ahead and literally hold on to a lot of your wealth, just having it sit around, right? I like the NFTs. You know what I mean? Glenn says, I just have a few ounces of silver, or maybe more. It's somewhere around. See, that's the thing with silver, man. You must have it in a pretty good spot. See, with me, dude, I'm like huge on jewelry, so I have like a lot of jewelry. Like if I do I buy like gold, like physical gold, and wear it. The problem is with gold nowadays is that you also have a lot of thieves nowadays. So it's like we're living in a society where you don't also want to wear too much flashy stuff, because then you also have the risk of, you know, theft going on. So for me personally, like the only way, and I've lost a lot of pieces too. Like I've lost like gold bracelets, silver bracelets, chains. I was really big into jewelry because I was a jeweler back, you know, when I was like 21, 22. I'm 25 now. So I'm no longer in that jewelry phase too much, especially because I don't work in that industry anymore. But I literally just bought this chain about, last year actually. I bought it last year. It's about to be a year wanting this chain forever, and I got a pretty good deal because I have good relationships with people in the jewelry business, right? So that's why we go back to networking, right? Networking is really, really important. If you have the right circle, you know how to network with the right people, you're gonna be able to always get better deals than most people. And I get freaking good deals with gold and silver. I can get good deals on diamonds, and that's just because I know people in the industry, right? So that's one thing out of my checklist that I don't have to worry about when I get married, right? It's getting scammed on a freaking ring. Because I tell you, freaking jewelry business is one of the freaking scammiest business ever. I think that's aside from freaking car sales, super, super scammy as well. Super, super scammy. I'll tell you this, most people don't even know what they're buying. And that's kind of the problem. This kind of goes back to what we talk about the crypto market too. Most people don't understand what they're buying, so most people are going to get wrecked. And it's the same thing with purchasing luxury goods, whatever it is. If you don't know what you're buying, you're going to get wrecked. So that's why it's always really, really important to understand and educate yourself on a lot of these, whether it's projects or investments that you're getting into. And now you're going to have a better understanding of how things move, right? You know how the DXY moves, you're going to know how gold and silver is going to freaking move. I mean, it's quite interesting, man. Like even go back to gold, right? Let's see. I think gold has always outperformed the market, right? Eventually, gold's going to be worth over $5,000 to $10,000 and above. But I think the real money is in silver. I think that's where really the money is going to be made on its own silver. Oil is going to go up a lot too. We could be expecting oil, in my opinion. We will be seeing oil go up over $140 a barrel. And this goes back to, look, what was back in when oil was at $150 a barrel? Back in 08. What happened around the early 2000s? We had the market crash. So you just kind of have to sometimes go back in history, and you see that when oil actually hit its pretty recent all-time highs, which was actually $127 a barrel, which was back in May 2022, which was actually last year, right? So I do believe that even oil will be eventually worth over $150 a barrel. So maybe exposing yourself to commodities would be the move too. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. I hope all of you had a wonderful day. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I appreciate every one of you for literally tuning in here and watching this live stream with me and spending time with me. I had a great time with every one of you. As I mentioned, don't panic with a lot of these fudders. As I mentioned, I've been hearing a lot of people FUD about the market's going to dump. The market is not going to freaking dump, right? This is where you want to be buying the dips. I just showed you what the DXY is going to do. The DXY is eventually going to go ahead and reverse and probably touch back to these levels that we talked about. I'm looking at this very, very carefully, chat, all right? So this is the reason why I don't go with what people are saying. I go back in what we went through, right? Back when the DXY was at these levels, before I leave all of you, we were at around the early 1800s. We had the Black Monday bank crisis where the DXY crashed. We had the dot-com bubble right in the early 2000s, right, where we saw the market then crash. Then right now, this is where we're at. What kind of bubble are we in today? I think we're in some sort of tech bubble. I don't know. AI is taking freaking over. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their homes. A lot of people are going to lose their freaking cars too. Coming up, I've literally been saying this for the past 2 to 3 years. People think I'm crazy, and now things are actually happening. And they're like, damn, bro. Yeah, I told you so. I don't want to be the one I told you so, but it's going to happen, right? And eventually, I think the DXY is going to get back to these zones right here at the $119. Where we're going to see the dollar collapse. Once we see the dollar collapse globally, it's going to affect the markets. And that's when you and I will start making a lot of freaking money. That's where we're going to be making some freaking life-changing money, where we'll be able to literally take care of our families forever, but as long as we continue to look at what's in front of our faces, right? So let's not get distracted. Don't panic. As I mentioned, obviously I could be wrong, but I really doubt it. I'm pretty confident with my analysis that, the market's going to continue to go up. Inflation's going to continue to go up. Everything's going to it's going to get worse. But for you and I, because we're in these markets, in the financial markets, where, Wall Street makes their money, and Wall Street's going to do whatever they want the markets to do, whatever these politicians want to make their money. A lot of these politicians make their money off the markets, right? Off the stock market, off of all of this. So they want to go ahead and fill up their bags. It's not so much that they care about you and I, it's because they want to make money for their own family, right? And with that being said, as long as we continue to follow the whales and understand the whales of what they're doing, which is the big players, the Wall Street players, as we mentioned, this is the reason why they're getting ready for this ETF. Why? Because if the dollar does collapse and we do see it reach at these zones right here, which I think could probably reach 150, that would be freaking crazy. That would mean that like the freaking markets will go berserk, right? Let's just say the dollar touches back up at this zone right here at the 115, 120, then we see the dollar collapse, and I think this is where literally people are going to be going crazy. But you and I are going to be making a lot of freaking money. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff in the streets, but we're going to be making so much money because we were, in the market that the big players are playing, and this is the market they're playing. So do get ready for 2024 to be a freaking biggest bull run, I believe, in my opinion. Interest rates are going to, they're going to have to cut interest rates, right? Because they're going to go ahead and buy off all the debt anyways. So you have to understand that this is a system that we live in, a debt buying system, where it's just literally They sell debt, they buy the debt back, and they sell it and they buy it. It's a rinse and repeat. They never lose, right? The Federal Reserve never loses. And there's a reason why they're doing crypto adoption right now. So don't think that we're in a bear market. Don't believe that. I wouldn't be shorting this market. I'd be longing this market. If anything, I'd be buying the freaking dips. Are we going to have temporary crashes? Yes. We're going to have dumps here and there? Yes. But overall, freaking buy the dips. Like, try to make as much money as you can. If you could put in overtime at your job right now, or you could go ahead and pick up a side hustle or pick up freaking literally Uber or something on the side and make extra money to buy the dips on a lot of these coins, load up on probably silver, you know, this is the time to freaking do it. This is the freaking time. This is the time to go ahead and put in that extra work, make that extra money and invest it, because we're going to be living pretty good this freaking 2024 because we were willing to go ahead and bet on ourselves, right? So bet on yourselves, double your income if you have to, whether that's, you know, starting a new business, getting a side hustle, whatever the case is. Whatever way legally that you can make more money, morally too, whatever your morals are, but whatever way you can make more money, go ahead, as long as it doesn't require hurting anybody, right? As I mentioned, I'm not here to tell you that, but go ahead and make more money to buy these dips and take advantage of this freaking market. And I'm going to go ahead and end everything there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of you. Thanks for your support. And go ahead and make sure to use my MEXC link down below to go ahead and get $20,000 in sign-up